I'm good
Yeah.
with that.
So, but this is kind of the heart and soul, and we've got now 9,000 brand ambassadors out there. You know, I mean, people with Mazda, you know, rotor tattoos. You can't buy that kind of brand loyalty.
That's right.
Serious hardcore people, but it's a great group to be associated with.
The sport model, the entry-level model for the MX-5. We order them in large groups. They are manufactured into the production schedule along with everybody else's MX-5. They get onto the boat. From the boat, they go to Jacksonville, Florida. Thank you. Jacksonville, Florida. From there, they get trucked directly to this facility here up in Statesville, North Carolina. So the cars that we get never have fewer than 3 or 4 miles and never more than 7 or 8. So from there, once we get the cars, we strip them down the interiors, pull off the hard tops, pull out the seats, all of the interior padding, the center console, the dashboards. And what we do is we label all the pieces and parts that come off, such as the doors and the trunk lids. We want to make sure that as we disassemble the vehicle that it is reassembled with those same parts that it was born with. And that's important to us so that way if there's ever a recall on a particular component, we can identify that this VIN we know has the proper door or the proper steering column or whatever. From there, we drop the rear differential out of the car. We change it from a open diff to the club version limited slip differential. We take out the full exhaust system at that point. We pull out the transmission. We upgrade the transmission to the Motorsports gear sets. We put that back in. At that time, we seal the engine with the transmission, the differential. Then we strip off all of the seam sealer and sound deadening inside of the car. We then weld on a roll cage. All of our roll cages are bent by a machine and laser cut, so every cage is exactly the same. We weld in the whole cage, we take in the entire cage, then it goes to our paint shop. We paint the interior completely. All the cars that we buy, by the way, kind of an interesting fact, are white. And the reason we buy the white cars is they are the lightest cars that you can purchase. The multicolor or multi-stage paints weigh 15 pounds more. So the sole red car is 15 pounds heavier than a plain single stage white. So, and it's the most inexpensive color as well, but it's physically the lightest one. So we paint the interior. Our standard color is gray, but a customer can get whatever color that they want. From there, we then put the car, as you see here, in the assembly room, and we do all of the suspension work. We do the cooling system, the differential and transmission coolers. We do all the brake upgrades, reinstall the entire interior that we keep. Obviously, we don't put back the carpets, things like that. We fabricate our own interior panels for a firewall between the passenger compartment of the trunk. We do all of the electronics on the car. We have a sealed ECU that we put in, and we also put on the sealed dampers at the same time. Once that's all done, every technician that works on the car has their own color paint pen, and they go through, and as they're assembling, they paint mark everything so we can verify that the part was already touched and torqued, and then it's paint penned. At the end of the process, we take each car, we have an inspector go through and literally touches every nut and bolt on the car, uses their own color. So those of you that already own one of these cars, you'll see that all the double paint pens throughout the car. In some cases, there's 3 for pre-assembly process. We then take the car, once it's completed to be inspected, we put it on the dyno, and we have a rolling chassis dyno, and we verify that there's no leaks, all the fit and finish is proper and correct, and it comes in at the appropriate horsepower number. We have a pretty small window that we accept for that.
Out of our tear down area over here in the fabrication side. So from here you see the full interior has been removed. That's kind of the biggest step one, is get the full interior out. So from here the next step will be to finish getting the rest of the chassis harness and the heater core out. So once those 2 pieces are out of the way, the next big step is to get it prepped for welding, which includes getting rid of all the seam sealer and all the sound deadening. From there, it goes over to our lift where all the things underneath the car happen. So that's where the differential will get changed out to the Motorsports, the Global MX-5 limited slip, and then the transmission will get changed out as well to the Motorsports transmission.
From the time that it rolls in to it rolls out, when we were at full production last year, we were producing 4 cars a week. And it would take us 2.5 weeks for the car to go through the entire process. We add on or alter about 250 unique pieces and parts onto the car. A lot of the sub-assemblies, as I mentioned earlier, we make ourselves, such as the sway bars. We've done a lot of engineering work to get the suspension system to work together. So the spring rates, the damping rates, the sway bars, the bushing set that's in the car, the tires that we race on, all factors that we take into account. So it's about 2.5 weeks. In 2016, we built 120 cars in under 12 months. This year we have built, we're up to 136, I believe, so we've built 16 or 17 cars so far this year, and it looks as if we're going at about 3 or 4 cars a month. So we've been through all 4 versions. We started off it was 1992, I think, was our first car. Yep. In NA. And we worked on that for quite some time. We've also run an NB a little bit, very similar to the NA. The NC was the first generation that made a big difference. They changed from a double wishbone all the way around to a 5-link in the back. So there's a lot of new things to learn for setup and how to make the car handle, especially with Grand Am, where it was now at the pro level. So there's a lot to learn, and a lot of fun, by the way. But and now the ND is similar in suspension concept to the NC, but there are no parts that interchange. It's all completely different, but it's the same philosophy of double wishbone up front, 5-link in the rear.
Sure, so this car is fully completed. It's actually been through our entire quality control process as well. So one of the cool things that we do here is everybody has an individual paint color. So you see there's 2 marks there, the original assembler, and then the pink is actually our quality control inspector. So the idea there is every bolt that the original assembler touches, the quality control inspector goes back over to make sure that every car is tight, everything is done the same way. That way when the car leaves here, we know it's good. In here we've got the Ames Marty Cam that we talked about earlier. That's what ties directly into the data system. It's a really nice feature for customers to upgrade to. We've got in the trunk, you can see kind of our care package that the cars go with. So when the car gets delivered, they get seat belts, they get a rear view mirror, they get all the data information, all the pamphlets for everything, coolant. So basically all they need to do is put a seat in and they can go race. So this car is fresh out of paint. As you see, the cage is welded in, interior has been painted. It's maybe about a quarter of the way of being final assembled here. So once we do our teardown process, we separate everything into parts we keep and then parts that we recycle. So of all the stock parts that we take out of the car, this is all of the stock parts that go back in the car. So wiring harness, some under tray pieces, and then some interior pieces, of course. So not much that makes it back onto the car, but what we do, we keep very organized. All the shelves should be labeled, and everything is also labeled, so that way if the steering column out of VIN 1112 comes out, the steering column out of that car goes straight back into that car. That way nothing gets mixed up. And then we also have all of our aftermarket parts. So this cart's not entirely complete since some of these are already on the car, but this is all the parts that don't come on. This is what makes it a race car. So from the firewall forward, not a whole lot gets changed. Nothing internally on the motor gets changed. We put a long tube header on, an aftermarket ECU, and then some aftermarket motor mounts. Aside from that, the engine actually gets sealed in 5 places. We seal the valve cover, the cam timing cover, we seal the high pressure fuel pump in the back, the intake manifold, and the oil pan. The goal there is to make the motor inaccessible, so that way it keeps everything the same. We make sure nobody gets in there and can make the motor faster or better. If anybody can find a good way to get into those seals, let me know. We also seal the transmission, we also seal the differential. Again, that way nobody can get in there and tinker with anything. It really makes it a driver series instead of who can build the fastest race car.
We are involved with Global MX-5 Cup. Mazda has us attend the races for the Global MX-5 Cup series. We have a parts trailer that we bring, so it minimizes the expense for the competitor to carry a large amount of spares. We also provide unlimited technical support at the events, and that ranges from everything of quote unquote my car won't start to I can't get it to do what I want. How do I make the right setup change? So we provide a lot of technical support. Also, for people that purchase the cars, we provide phone support if they ever have an issue, a question, something that they want to know about. They contact us. But fortunately, the cars have been incredibly bulletproof, and we get very few phone calls of how things we get calls on how did things operate, not how did this break. So fortunately, the cars are holding together incredibly well. We have a few cars here in the shop that have run 2 25-hour races in a row at Thunder Hill last year, as well as just this past, as well as many hours of journalist duty, and same motor, same horsepower output as when it first started. So the cars are just holding up very well.
Generally speaking, the first couple of races last year when the cars were brand new were very busy, as everybody's learning the cars. The competitors have learned them pretty well over the season. So now, if we get called, it's usually something really bizarre and mysterious. And so, so we spend a lot of time just kind of tracking down weird problems and helping people figure out the one little thing they're overlooking and stuff like that. So, and then sometimes like somebody new to the series shows up and they're not familiar with the car at all, and they have no idea about the car because they just got it and haven't even lifted the hood and stuff like that. So we literally see the full spectrum of completely experienced race mechanics and mom and pops by themselves just trying to make it happen for their kids. So we provide as much support as we can to all of them, and it can be anything from like, oh, we have an engine miss and we can't figure out why, and go and look through data and help kind of identify what's happening and what might be causing that. Or it could be we can't get this car to drive right, and the setup might, we can't figure out what's going on with the setup and why something is causing an issue on track. So kind of go through and go over how to align it and make sure they're doing all those things correctly so that they're not going to have any issues, or so they can figure out what they're doing that may be causing that issue.
Well, a lot of the things that we learned in developing the race car, we have taken that knowledge and transferred directly to a street car within reason. And the reason I phrase it like that, we have a vehicle that we call the Ultimate Miata. It's not designed to be a race car for the street. If you want a race car, I got a race car for you. We have a package that we offer that's customizable by each end user. We call it mass customization. And we offered engineered solutions, not just parts that fit on the car. So depending on what you as the end user want to do with the car, I just want to have the car for weekends and mountain canyon carving, great, we can help you with that. I want a car that I want to do autocross with, great, we can help you do that. I want to change the color of the interior because it wasn't an option on my car, we can help do that for you. So we have lots of options that we can offer. Some of the parts are directly off of the Global MX-5 Cup car, such as the front strut tower brace. That's a part that we purchase from Mazda and install onto the street vehicles. We offer brake upgrade packages, either the Brembo package from Mazda or the Willwood brake package. Again, completely customizable to what the customer wants. Limited slips, we have several options. As you may know, the base car comes with an open diff, as well does the GT, the one with all the nice leather and great options. The Club is the only one that comes with a limited slip. So we give the customer the opportunity that they can buy any level of car that they want, and then we can enhance it to the model that they want it to be. So there's a lot of mixing and matches of factory parts. And one thing that we do, because we're so confident in the pieces and parts that we do put onto the car as engineered solutions, we offer the full warranty that Mazda offers. So if you buy a brand new car, and I believe it's a 3-year 36 on drivetrain, we match that 100%. So the intent is that we want the customer to feel, we want the customer to be comfortable as they upgrade their car, that these are not pieces that they have to worry about and it's a 60-day warranty or whatever. We're going to take care of the customer from the beginning until the end of the warranty and beyond.